Alright, hi, my name is Bryce Butler, and this is my video for Sprint, or the final sprint, so for the final turn-in. I'm going to start by just playing the game. It starts in attractor mode, so it just zigzags back and forward, and shooting, and centipede. And if I hit 1, I restart. The wave restarts, and this is player 1 mode. My score works, and then my active high score also works. Then if I die, the mushroom field will regenerate. And then it will pause for a moment, and then the wave will restart, and I will respawn. So, yes. La la la. Alright, there we go. So now if I win, I can go on to the next wave. Also saw that I lost a life in the upper left hand corner. And when I lose all of my lives, I go into demo mode. But because this seems to be going slowly, I don't think I have time to show you that. But so here's the second wave. I have 1 head spawned, and my centipede is slightly just 1 length less. When I reach the end of the waves, it just uses the last wave. And I never implemented the fact that the scorpion is the last, or it doesn't show up on the first wave, but that was just because I've forgotten until just this moment. For 2-player mode, I did not get the field to switch, so I'm going to hit 2, start 2-player mode, but the reason I didn't do that is because I could not get the field to, like, it's hard to explain. So when I restart the, and I'm just gonna die and go to the next player, but when I restart the field with a different field, for some reason, whenever I die, it doesn't recognize the new field, and I don't know, it throws an error. I didn't have much time to look and debug because of I didn't have enough time. So now I'm getting score, and it's the player 2 score, as you can see up on the right, and it's overriding the player 1 active high score. And yes, so there's also sound, but I have it turned off right now so I can talk over it. By that I mean like my computer mute, not in the game mute. So now I'm going to quickly go over everything. So I've used the techniques and systems that we've talked about all throughout the game. My managers are all singletons. So like my sound manager is a singleton. And my sound manager also has a strategy system. So my system is either mute or unmute. And I have a score manager, that's a singleton. And my HUD manager and my wave manager are both singletons. I have all of my factories. I don't have a ship factory because I didn't actually just do it. So, like my mushroom factory is a factory, it creates the mushroom and returns the mushroom with the initialize and everything. So all of my factories have recycling, and then all of my enemies. Then my player has a strategy system also for the component, which is either AI or keyboard, right there. And so component state. So in my blaster update, I call component move blaster. So in like my keys, my move blaster just gets key presses and moves them and then fires. While my AI move blaster just moves it and is always firing. My sound system are my strategies for my sound manager. I have my text and update routines. So my update routines are the thing I'm most proud of for my project. So in my wave manager, I have a my update type routine, and then in my update, which is up here, I just call routine update. So I've kind of gone over it before, but it has a pure virtual update that's used in all of its children classes. And so my children classes are my normal update, which does the scorpion and spider update, so determining when to spawn scorpion and spider, so normal gameplay update. I have my fix field, which will fix mushroom at row and column, and then column increments and row decrements until row is less than 0, at which point I call a function wave manager saying the fix is done, to change it to the next thing. Then the other one I have is pause update, where it just waits, and if once the wait is longer than the duration, then I tell the wave manager, hey, the wait is done. And so 2 I added since last time are the initial update, which counts to 50 because it's a nice number, and tells the wave manager to spawn heads. So in the wave manager, spawn heads, right here. So if I still have heads to spawn, I will spawn a head that has no segments, and decrement and return false, else return true once I'm done spawning heads. And then when I'm done spawning heads, I spawn the centipede. So the centipede calls init centipede, which is actually what creates the centipede. And then I set my routine to a normal update. So then I have also heads and normal update, which is the same as normal update, except I have this port that spawns a head at this Y location. So this is for when the centipede reaches the bottom, it will call the wave manager function reached bottom, which will then change the update routine to this. So heads will spawn at the bottom. So quickly let me uncomment something. So I'm going to get the centipede to get to the bottom so I can show you. But what I just uncommented was changing the field for me to test. So if I hit 3, I switch to player 2 mushroom field. If I hit 4, I switch to mine, which isn't working right now because there's nothing in the files. My bad. Let me see if I can just get a lone head real quick so it'll go by a little faster. Sorry, my computer's running a bit slow when I record. It's not this slow in real life, I promise you. So as we wait for that to reach the bottom, I don't know what to talk about. I suppose... Right, so I don't have the high score in attractor mode and the enter high score because I ran out of time and I didn't get that to be implemented. So that is one thing. I ran out of time because I took the week off for my honeymoon, so it's my fault. So, yeah. Well, we might get there a little faster because of the poisoned mushroom. Oh, right at the same time. So, now I'm spawning heads off the side. And it happens every so often. The rate at which they spawn is determined by my file. So my waves text has, you know, all of the variables. And this is just representation of my field. 0s is nulls, 1 is a mushroom, hashtag represents end of row. And I have a reader and writer. It's just the problem is switching fields because mushrooms are game objects, so just finagling, and I didn't have time to finish finagling, so I had to completely cut it. So there's that, and yeah.